Hello friends, I'm Angela Hilbert, registered nurse, holistic nurse board certified and herbalist. And I'm also the owner of Alchemic Herbals Limited. And today I'm going to do something a little different. You've heard a lot about people doing unboxing videos to show you what's in their product. Well, I'm going to do a boxing video so you can see how I put together one of my kits for mailing. Now, in the past, I've had these nice, clever little boxes for my farmer's market product, and these work just fine when I'm the one hand carrying them to and from my events and handing them to the people who buy them. But if I'm going to be mailing them, and especially if I'm going to be doing a subscription box, I need a little stronger, more heavy-duty box to put up with the rigors of being put through the US mail. So I have here boxes that I have purchased that are nice, heavy-duty corrugated cardboard mailing boxes. They're still nice and black. I like the nice crisp black look for my brand, but they're much sturdier than the flimsier farmer's market boxes. So let me show you how I put together an Alchemic Herbal kit for mailing. All right, let's start at the beginning. The boxes that I order come flat and have to be constructed. So the first thing we'll do is put together the basic box that we're going to be using to ship things in. All right, so there we have it. One shipping box, nice and sturdy, well constructed. Anything you put in that box is going to arrive safely. And it only has one unfolded exposed edge that you need to tape down, so that makes that part easy. So now we have our box. Next, I want to put on the labels. Now, I'm not talking about the mailing labels. Those will be printed later. What I'm talking about are the product labels. Now you see that for my farmer's market boxes, I put the label right on top and I put the ingredient label on the side. This makes perfect sense because when someone is at a farmer's market picking up a product, looking at it, deciding whether or not they want to buy it, that's what they want to see. They want to see all this exposed. Now when I'm mailing a box, you don't want that on the outside. All you want on the outside is the shipping information. So we're going to put these labels on the inside cover of the box instead. Now I have all of my labels custom printed by Vistaprint. They're able to use my brand dressing and I can design the label exactly the way I want it. Now the product label has on it the name of the product, what the product is intended for, what's included in the kit, and what you are going to need from your own kitchen in order to actually make the product. In this case, it's an herbal elderberry syrup, and we're going to put that product label right here, front and center on the inside lid of the box. This way, your box arrives in the mail, open it up, and everything will be right there. Now, on my farmer's market kit, there's also an FDA compliant ingredient label that is included. This label has all of the ingredients of the herbal package, instructions for using the finished product, my name and address and contact information, and the FDA compliant language. Also, you'll see that there's a space for a batch number and an expiration date. I write the batch number in by hand, depending on which batch that I am packaging the day that I'm doing my labeling, and an expiration date based on the date of the materials that I use that go into it. I use the expiration date of the earliest expiring herb package. And we'll talk more about that when I unbox my herbs on another video. So let's take our fresh label. And since we don't want to put it on the outside of a shipping box, I'm going to put it right under here underneath the product label. Again, on the inside lid of the box, so that when the kit arrives in the mail, open it up, there's your product label and your ingredient label, all ready to go. All right, next let's talk about cushioning. Now, there are a lot of options for using different types of cushioning. My favorite for this product is the crinkly cut paper crinkles. They are very springy, they hold up well, they keep their spring even for a very long time. So I'll use this as the base, and I'll nestle things in it and even put a little bit final dressing on top. I think I got a little too much to start with, so I'm gonna take some of this out so to put on the top. Make sure I got plenty in there. Yeah, there we go. So there's my base cushion of my crinkle cuts. All right, now since this is an herbal elderberry syrup kit, of course the most important thing that I put in any kit is the package of herbs. The herbs are already labeled with their ingredients on my product label. So and they're not gonna break, so I'm gonna nestle them close to the outside, where if anything's gonna get banged, it's gonna be the edge of this. So I'm gonna nestle the herbal blend right in there, nice and tight. Let's see, the next thing we're gonna need, if you're going to be making herbal elderberry syrup, is you're going to need a bottle to put your final syrup into. Now, I use a glass bottle with special lids that will seal your product for use. And once you seal this up, you'll be able to keep your syrup in the refrigerator. But this is, of course, glass, and this is probably the most vulnerable thing that we're shipping. So we want to make sure that we take really good care of it. So I use this wonderful honeycomb wrap, where just a little bit of paper, which is recycled and recyclable, and it comes really kind of flat. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see it comes nice and flat. Then when you pull it and stretch it, you open up these little honeycomb cells, which tip in and make it nice and cushy. So I'll take my glass bottle and I will wrap it up nice and tight and snug. And I'll have it go around twice to make sure it's well padded. And then I'll fold it in on both the top and the bottom. And that I will nestle in here in the front of the box itself. And I want to make sure that some of the crinkle cut comes up between the box and the jar, just for that little extra padding. All right, so now I have my herbs and my bottle. Now there are a couple things that we put in there that are not breakable. One of the thing is, with my herbal blend for my elderberry syrup kit, I also include a vanilla bean that is packaged separately. I package it separately because some people don't like vanilla in their herbal elderberry syrup. I do like it for several reasons, which I'll discuss on another video. But as an optional ingredient, I'll just tuck that in there. Okay, let's tuck that behind the herbal elderberry blend so that it's right there, and you can get your vanilla bean if you need it. Now, when you make an elderberry syrup, you want to take your herbal blend and you want to boil it for a while. So I also include a muslin boil bag where you can put all of your syrup ingredients in the bag and put the bag in the pot so that it keeps it all together, and then you don't have to strain it afterwards. So we'll just tuck that in there to make sure people have it. And of course, when you're pouring your finished syrup into your bottle, you're probably going to need a funnel. So I have these wonderful little silicone funnels. They pop out, and then you put that in the lid of your jar, and then you can fill it up, and it collapses and it ships real nice and tight and tucks into these little packages quite nicely. All right, so that's all of the breakable things. So now I'm gonna add another layer of my crinkle on top, just to make sure everything gets nestled in nice and tight and snug. There we go. All right, but we're not quite done yet because I still have some additional materials that I want to put in here on the very top. I have This is the enclosed flyer that tells you all about the product itself. Also where to find my video tutorials if you're having trouble making the product. There's complete instructions for making your syrup. And then on the back, again, you have all of the ingredients and instructions for using the product, just like is on our label. And also a nice little greeting. Now, in addition to the instructions and a guide to where to get the video tutorial, I also include one of my business cards. So in the event you have any trouble, whether making it or taking it, you can call and get direction or advice. And another copy of my FDA compliant label. This one is still on its sticker backing. The purpose of this is for you to be able to put it on your finished bottle of syrup so that you will have the ingredients and the instructions for using the product on the bottle itself, and you don't have to refer back to the sticker that's on the lid. So we'll tuck that in there too. All right, so there we have everything tucked away, nice and neat. So now I'm going to close that up nice and tight, fold the tabs in. All right, and there we have a box almost ready to ship. Now I do want to make sure this stays sealed nice and tight through the mail, so I'm going to put some packing tape across the open part. There we go. That's going to hold it closed. And to make sure it's from me, I also have my nice little seal. This is my branded logo of Alchemic Herbals Limited, which for my farmer's market kits, that seal is all I need to hold the box closed. But in this case, I want to make sure I have some good secure packing tape, and I'll put the seal on the front of the box before you open it, just as a moniker of my box itself. All right, so now all I have to do is print the shipping label and send this off. All right, so that's all there is to it. Now we have a complete box ready to go in the mail and find its way to Amanda, who just won this kit as one of my giveaways. So I hope Amanda really enjoys it. This kit is on its way to Virginia, and all I have to do now is go to the post office. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.